is your Sagittarius new moon outlook for December 19th, 2025. And we have the sun at 28 degrees, somewhat late. Sagittarius, with, of course, the new moon in Sagittarius, and it is with Venus and Mercury. Although conjunct Venus, it is not conjunct Mercury. However, there is a stellium in Sagittarius. And so let's take a look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the ninth house. It's about religion, beliefs, and Sagittarius likes to speak their mind. They are philosophers, and somewhat like the opposite house, the third house, it's about travel and communications. But the communication is more of our personal opinions and philosophies, which this is going to be the topic of this Sagittarius new moon, and we will feel very restless to travel and indeed to speak our mind. Now, that's good, especially here we've got Venus. Oh, that sweetens the pot with the sun and the moon. So we are going to feel very artistic, very creative, and Venus kind of adds a touch of grace here. Even with Mercury, although not conjunct Venus or the sun or moon, new moon, it is still there with these planets. So we really have a need to be direct. We want to be forthright, and we want honesty. We want truth in all aspects. So this time of the year, now with all the Sagittarius influence, we are going to be very, or we expect to be very truthful, almost blunt, honestly, in all speech, in all of our opinions and communications. And we will expect that from others. Thing is this now, we do have an out of sign, kind of a wide out of sign conjunction with Mars in Capricorn. And Mars likes to be in Capricorn. So with Mars and the new moon in Sagittarius out of sign with Capricorn, we're going to have to just kind of tone down our need to be overly direct, overly blunt, because this is great. Sagittarius loves the truth, but Capricorn's a little bit more conservative, and Capricorn is about the rules. So although the new moon is in late Sagittarius, kind of has like a little bit of a Capricorn sense to it here. So it's all about now the rules. Who would guess? We're talking Sagittarius. But Sagittarius is soon going to flip into Capricorn, as is the moon. So we gotta be careful what we say, what we do, and the accent here is going to be on authorities, power. And because there's a connection with Mars, we have to be careful we don't overstep our need for power and the drive to achieve our goals and to get what we want, because Mars is in the picture here with Sagittarius and then of course into Capricorn. So we got to not overstep our bounds. And it's not just with authorities, it's people all around us. It could be connected with your goals, your ambitions, because that's a good thing. But again, remember, we've got Mars here in the picture, and Mars in Capricorn is kind of serious. That kind of gives a serious tone to this Sagittarius new moon. And so we really are feeling our oats right now. We really want to pursue our goals. We want to say it like it is. We expect honesty. We expect truth. And we want to follow the rule to the letter. We just don't want to overstep the rules or the boundaries. No, no, no. We do not want to do that. And we still have yet Jupiter retrograde. Oh, all about the past in Cancer. So that kind of is making us want to tighten our pocketbook a little bit here, because Jupiter is all about prosperity, and here we've got it retrograde, and it's about the fourth house. So again, kind of like the prior full moon, we are going to be focusing a lot on the past, and we are going to resolve or try to resolve problems or issues within the family, within what our household, whatever you call family, or your living situation. And again, here it's about possibly making amends to family, to the living situation. And on a broader scale, this can include trying to make corrections within our economy. And we will have to go back to the past in order to make corrections for the future. But it is the fourth house, so this is a good time, even if a little bit touchy, to make those corrections with regards to repairs, repairing a living situation, family, you name it. And yes, speaking of touchy, we've got Jupiter 22 degrees retrograde. So there could be some tensions there about the past, but this also makes a quincunx uh, within roughly 2 degrees to Venus. And what is Venus in Sagittarius, or Venus in general? It's about love, it's about affection. And Venus is not quite yet late in Sagittarius, but it's heading in that direction. And so that is a quincunx, or in conjunction with retrograde Jupiter. So that may give us a little tension during this time until the next full moon with love or relationships. On one hand, we want to express our love and affection, and we really want to express our need and desire for what? Freedom, independence, because that's also what Sagittarius is. So that's going to be a topic, certainly in all relationships right now. But when you have this tense aspect between Venus and very wide in conjunct with the new moon in Sagittarius, well, that kind of dims affection or relationship right now. And remember, Capricorn's kind of conservative, and we've got this Sagittarius Capricorn tone going on right now. So with the in conjunct, we're feeling a little bit cold or frosty in our relationships. And although there's not a Virgo connection here, with this quincunx aspect, it can be rather chilly and critical. So, and a little bit stoic or very serious. This sense of responsibility, duty with this Capricorn Sagittarius sense right now that may put the chill on our relationships. And that, keep in mind, is not just love relationships. It could be friendships, could be work relationships, family. And so that may create somewhat power discord, because again, we have this Sagittarius who wants to speak their mind and free to say and do what they want. And then you have this out of sign connection, and eventually, here within days, connection to Capricorn by the sun and the moon. So we're feeling very dutiful right now. This sense of right, wrong, and the rules. And we don't want to put the rules into our love relationships, and we may find very well we are doing that, maybe playing the affection police, if you will. So this is a time to think about that and make corrections. One also very good trait with Capricorn indeed here. And take a hint from Cancer, because Cancer is very sensitive, and this quincunx could set off a little bit of the touchiness with Cancer. So we could be a little bit snappish with family connections. It could be really good going back into the past. Great. Bring up the past. Talk things through. But it also could bring up some very chilly resentment if we're not careful. And we have still the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, now both direct in Pisces, but alas, we also have the square up between Saturn and Neptune. Oh, the deceiver, nebulous Neptune, with the new moon in Sagittarius, Venus, and not quite Mercury, but definitely the sun, moon, new moon, and Venus. So this kind of adds a little bit of this crankiness besides the quincunx and the need to speak our mind. So with Pisces, well, it makes us sweet. Well, at least Saturn makes us sweet trying to Jupiter. So that kind of gives us some heightened intuition, some psychic ability into other people's motivations and sensitivities, if you will. But when you've got Saturn, even Neptune, oh, so deceptive, turning and making these squares to Sagittarius, well, we may be stepping on some people's toes. And with sensitive Pisces there, that may create some drama with this square. And believe me, with Sagittarius being so outspoken, well, that really is going to up a little bit of the awkwardness. You know, Sagittarius tells it like it is, and Pisces is very sensitive. And we may get where someone's coming from, because Jupiter's in Cancer. Yeah, we get it. It's applying that sweet trine to Saturn and Neptune. We're trying to kind of feel out where someone is coming from and what they were trying to convey. But the problem is when we don't agree with each other's opinions and sensitivities, if you will, and this is what's causing some conflict, disagreements, what have you, discord. So yes, around the Sagittarius new moon, it's great for some brilliant insights, great philosophy, even great for what? Education, higher learning. These are also going to be topics. But when it comes to speech and the talking and the communicating, we are just going to have to be a little bit more insightful. And there's that word, sensitive to each other's need, and not be so carried away with what our beliefs are, what we think, that we really don't want to take into consideration other people's point of view. And that, during this time of the new moon to the full moon, is really going to be a topic. But you know, we do have this connection even out of sign, Sagittarius and Capricorn. So we are really going to be very determined. Squares are very good because it develops character and it really gives us a lot of focus. So we are also going to be ambitious right now. And again, we can't be too over the top ambitious or goal oriented and really a desire to get our way that we're really kind of uh, stepping on others' toes. So yes, this is the time you want to be cautious with others and just be aware because you don't want to create uh, problems, if you will. And we still have retrograde Uranus and Taurus. And do keep in mind that Taurus rules the earth and retrograde. Oh, yes, that shock value with Uranus, the unexpected, is going to be turned way up now. So this is a time that there could be from the Sagittarius new moon to the next full moon issues with the weather because we're talking Uranus and Taurus. Yes, could that be earthquakes, volcanoes, any kind of weather developments? We're going to have to just kind of give ourselves a heads up, take preparations this time of year, wherever you are, for the weather. Indeed, expect some complications there along these lines. However, Uranus is making a out of sign trine to Pluto, so that's good. There could be some original inventions, a lot of creativity, but it's more scientific. Remember, Pluto is about the powers that be, and it's about the future. So with this out of sign trine here, even with retrograde Uranus in Taurus, is good because it gives us kind of an original mind, inventive, scientific, futuristic oriented. That could indicate AI, speech. And so a lot of this also connected with social media is going to be very well some positive developments in that area right now. And let's see here. Yes, we've got 28 degrees Uranus and Taurus retrograde. And at least that makes a sweet sextile to this very uncertain, questionable connection with Saturn and Neptune. So at least that gives us that sense of intuition, that sense of kind of with Pluto, that sense of inventiveness. So this is good because this trine and the sextile is kind of an out right now with the squares and the conjunction with Mars and so on. So this is the time to put your best foot forward creatively, originally, independently. And so we may find right now people around us, people in the news right now may really strike a chord with us. A lot of fresh energy, new faces, new ideas, originality, a lot of newness, fresh. And that's one good thing with the connections with Uranus. It's all about the new, the fresh, the unexpected. And so the creative, the inventive, the futuristic, the scientific, and so on and so forth. And Uranus, kind of like Sagittarius, likes independence and freedom. So that's what it's all about. And so this kind of leads me to believe that even with these rough aspects, our creative endeavors are going to be forefront. But talk is going to be a lot about what? Charity, Saturn, Neptune, and Pisces, Sagittarius. It's going to be a lot about freedom, independence, and we've got this Capricorn connection about authority, right, wrong, and kind of making a path for ourselves and kind of doing what we want to do when we want to do it. We just don't want to get carried away with that theme. Um, and as aforementioned, we want to consider others and their ways, their philosophies, and sensitivities. If we can do that right now, then this Sagittarius new moon will end up being, well, much more positive.
If you'd like to get in touch with me, my contact information is down below. I give one-on-one readings and written reports. Please subscribe to this channel and press the bell notification. Until next time, many, many blessings.